404 Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. So, I just got done watching Reggie Owen, boxing conversation with Reggie Owen, video on the interview that was on Fox with Errol Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter, where Shawn Porter was actually on the panel with a young lady in Mares. I forget the young lady's name. I do apologize for that. But I just watched Reggie Owen's video on it, and yeah, he gave a great breakdown on his take on how he thinks the fight will play out and about the things the guys were saying on the interview. And just decided to give my take on it as well. No shade to Reggie, big respect to him for his assessment. This is what I think when it comes down to how that fight could play out. I do think that it's going to be a competitive fight, which is what both guys said in their interview. Both guys said that, you know, they expect a tough fight. They don't expect it to be, you know, a short night, or they expect it to be just an easy fight either way. But they're both training for a hard 12-round fight. If it becomes an easy fight and it's over quick, or whether it's just a, you know, a one-sided ordeal, it's easy work, so to speak. I'm paraphrasing, but then they're prepared for that as well. My take on it is this: I do believe that there's a reason Shawn Porter has been hesitant to fight Errol Spence Jr. I give Shawn Porter credit. He's fighting Errol Spence now. I made videos and I made comments, and I've said that I do believe that the pay-per-view lure is one reason that he's taking the fight. I also believe that he does want to be a unified champion. It'll be his first time unifying the belts. And I also think that pressure got to him, because I think he has some pride, and he doesn't want to be, you know, want it to be misconstrued that he's unwilling to fight any fighter. I don't think that was ever the case. I don't think he was ever unwilling to fight Errol. I think it was always a matter of make it enticing enough to me to fight Errol Spence Jr. because I don't have to fight this man. But that said, back to what I said originally, there's reasons that he was reluctant to fight him. And I do think he was reluctant to fight him. I think Shawn Porter knows more about Errol Spence. He and his father know more about Errol Spence's game and about what Errol Spence has inside of him and what he brings to the table than the other way around. Does that mean that hurts them? I don't think so. And in fact, it may be a benefit to him that Errol has to learn these things about Shawn in the heat of the battle. But at the same time, Shawn's going to have to learn things about Errol Spence in the heat of the battle, because until you're in the ring with a man, you're not in the ring with him. So there are certain things that you're only going to learn by having that in-ring experience with that person. So when it comes down to styles, what style of fight would Shawn Porter employ to try to fight and try to win against Errol Spence Jr.? The question was presented to Errol. Does he think that Shawn would try to fight him like he fought Ugas, however you say it? And Errol said no. He don't think he'll try to fight him that way. And that doesn't mean that he really truly doesn't believe that. He said he expects him to basically try to be more of a pressure fighter like he has in the past. Shawn Porter, of course, isn't going to let it out of the bag what fight strategy he's going to employ. And we've also seen Errol Spence display more than one style of fighting. So it could be a contrast of styles, where, you know, whoever is able to put their imprint on a fight with their style and get going and get momentum will come out successful. My take on it is that Shawn Porter has a style that he is more comfortable fighting in and fights in more often than not, and that is that come forward, pressure, mauling, brawling, not aesthetically pleasing but very effective for him type style that he's employed many times over. If you look at the Berto fight, you look at the Malignaggi fight, you look at the Broner fight, you know, a lot of fights. And not that he didn't have any good boxing in there. I mean, it's all boxing, but he's played good jabs and threw the hook in the right moments and with the right placement. And you know what I'm saying, right timing. And, I mean, he done a lot of things well in those fights and he was victorious. Same thing with the Danny Garcia fight. So, and same thing with Errol. We've seen Errol display pretty much just a relentless pressure style, but it's I guess for lack of a better term, it is a smoother, more fluid style than what we see in Porter when he is a pressure fighter. Where Errol is more of a throwing a lot of jabs, and then when he gets to throwing his power shots, he continues to throw his power shots. It's not I'm going to throw one power shot and see if you fall and then just go back to fall in love with my jab. It's, okay, if one didn't get you, let me see if 4 or 5 can get you. And if 4 or 5 don't get you, let me see if 7 or 8, you know, and so forth. So, it's a contrast, it's going to be a contrast of styles in my opinion. I think that Errol's style that he employs more often than not would be successful against Shawn's style that he employs more often than not. I think the style that Shawn fought Ugas in, he wasn't very comfortable fighting in that style. But I think it was the style he had to fight in for some reason. I think there was a reason he went to that style and kind of stuck with it. And he didn't look particularly well in that fight to me. I personally felt Ugas won the fight by 7-5, could stretch to 8-4. There were a couple rounds in there that I personally felt could have went either way, and I gave those rounds to Shawn Porter. And I had a score of 7-5. But I understand people having it 7-5 the other way, 6-6, whatever. So I personally just think that when the fight happens, if Shawn Porter does employ some different strategy of trying to be cutesy or whatever, to show that he can box with Errol, kind of like how Errol showed Mikey Garcia that he didn't have to run him over, he could box him, outbox him for 12 rounds, make him look horrible. I think that would it would not bode well for Shawn Porter. I think that that's something that if he did, he would quickly revert back to his brawling, mauling tactics. I actually, to wrap it all up, I actually think Shawn Porter's gonna run out of ideas fighting Errol Spence Jr. I think we're gonna see a fight where a guy comes out doing one thing, it's effective for a short period of time until the other guy makes an adjustment. When Errol makes that adjustment, Shawn Porter's going to try to adjust to counter that. And then that's not going to work, except for very limited success. And then when he resorts to that mauling tactic, that's not going to work. And I think he's going to find himself run out of ideas. And when he runs out of ideas, I think Errol Spence will start to pull away from him in the fight. I expect that to happen within 5 rounds. Within 4 to 5 rounds, I expect Porter to be fresh out of ideas and just trying to hang in there. And trying to do what he can to win rounds, but not having an idea of how to win rounds. I think Kenny's going to run out of ideas in the corner of what to tell him to try to win rounds. And it's going to be, you know, get to a point where the advice even gets sloppy in the corner. And that's what I believe. But it all remains to be seen. The fight has to play out. That's why they make the fights in the ring, not on paper. I look forward to this fight for a myriad of reasons, and I can't wait to see the showdown. But that's all I got on it. It's D-Lo 404 Boxing. I'm out. Peace.